Hello friends, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Today I'm in Luminar Neo and I'll be covering their spring update, which is out today. It's got some new enhancements to it. I think you're really going to enjoy these quite a bit. So I'm going to walk through that. I'm going to tell you what's in the update, and I'm also going to walk through the demo of some of this stuff in a few different photos. Let's go ahead and hit it. The first thing to be aware of is these are the new features. The first one, and I think you're really going to enjoy this quite a bit, is auto adjust. It intelligently adjusts exposure, highlights, shadows, whites, blacks, things like that with a single button. And that works in develop or develop raw. And so I think that's a great way to start with a photo to be able to use that. And I'll show you that in action here. I do want to point out that this update is an update, which means it's free. You're not paying for this upgrade. However, that feature, auto adjust, only applies to those that have a pro subscription or have the upgrade pass. So just be aware. That's why I have that in yellow. Now, the second thing is cache cleaning, and that's just a performance optimization thing. I can't really demo that, but it's there and it's been asked for. So, yay, we got that. The third thing is they updated the depth model, which is applicable in the Atmosphere AI tool. So if you've ever used it before to apply fog to a photo, you have a slider that allows you to increase or decrease the depth. In other words, to pull the fog closer to you or push it further away. They basically made this even better than it was, and frankly, I thought it was great beforehand, but it just looks even better. So I'll walk through that. And they've got an improved export menu where you have several new options and some default settings for different export options, and that includes DNGs. So we're going to jump through and demo those kind of things. And the other thing I want to talk to you about real quick is, if you haven't yet joined my newsletter, there's a link down below. It's also right there. It's just on my website, /free. The reason I bring this up is because I get a lot of questions about things that I cover in all these free assets. You get a free 27-page quick start guide, which is the photo on the left. You also get my layers cheat sheet. Plus you get several preset packs, some skies, some textures, all kinds of fun stuff. So if you're interested, feel free to join my newsletter down below. It goes out about once a week, and it's full of information about photography to help you get better at editing. And having said all that, I'm going to jump into Luminar. So I've got a photo here. This is a snapshot, if you will, from Heidelberg, Germany from years ago. But the first thing I want to show you is in Develop Raw, you can go in and auto adjust is right there. Now again, remember it's in it's in Develop Raw, also in Develop. So you can use it anytime you use Develop, right? So just keep that in mind. But auto adjust, if you look here, light and whites and blacks, those are the ones that will be adjusted. It will go in, intelligently sort of figure out what needs to be done with a photo, and it does it, and it's done. And so if you look here, it dropped the exposure a tiny bit, put on the highlights, lifted shadows, and adjusted blacks. Keep in mind, as I said, no effect on temperature or tint. This is only based on light and the blacks and whites section. But I think it looks really good, to be honest. And from there, I would just come in with my usual kind of move. So like that's these kind of tools here, like super contrast, just to make some further refinements and kind of get the photo looking the way I want it to look. Let's say something like that. And now I want to show you Atmosphere AI, and that's down here in the landscape category. And this is the depth slider that I'm talking about. It's been there before. It's just the depth model that's the intelligence or the algorithm that this depth is based on has been improved. So I'm going to go ahead and drag the amount, get some fog in this photo, and we'll adjust it. Okay, and there is the fog. Now, 53 is too much, but I wanted to show you that in the photo. And I'm going to drag that amount down to something a little bit more reasonable. And I'm going to drag the depth forward. And so I want you to notice something here. When the depth is at 0, that's the default position, notice the contrast of the trees, right? They're fairly dark. And this is because I drove up contrast and things like that and created a bit more shadow there. But as you increase the depth, you're pulling the fog forward or towards you. And as you do so, you'll notice that the trees are getting lighter because that fog is now starting to show up kind of in front of them, right? And eventually you can pull it all the way to 100. It's not going to make everything white, but it pulls the fog all the way forward as though you're in it, whereas here you're kind of looking at it. So just keep that in mind. That's what the depth model is. That's how it works. It's a great addition to Atmosphere AI. Again, the depth has been there before, but it's new in terms of its improvements. I'm going to show you another example of that with a bigger tree and natural fog. The other one did not have fog. This one already has it. I've already gone in here and done some adjustments. Let me just show you. That's what it looked like before I added the fog. And that's what it looks like now. So again, obviously you can increase or decrease the amount, but the depth is the big one here. So again, that tree being close, and usually when you're close to objects in fog, you're not going to see the fog around them as much, but that's what depth does. If it's really thick or you're creating that kind of cinematic feel to it, you pull it forward and you kind of see how it's starting to lighten that tree and the fog is kind of surrounding the tree. So it starts to look a bit more like you're really in the thick of it. So before and after, I love that. Honestly, I love this tool. I use it quite a bit. Now I'll do one more example on this photo here. And I was already over there. Let me get over here. Now, I'm going to go into Develop Raw. You can see there's no edits done to the photo, right? I'm going to go ahead and click Auto Adjust. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to talk about camera profiles for a second. So the Auto Adjust will work whether you use a camera profile or not. So using a camera profile does not mess it up. So let me go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and get Landscape. It's pretty vibrant, kind of punchy. Maybe a little too much. I'm going to pull the saturation and vibrance down a little bit. But that camera landscape has already made a nice little impact on the photo. You can see that before and after. Now I'm going to click Auto Adjust and it will still go in and figure out what it thinks needs to be done to the photo. And then you will see down here that the different sliders have moved, right? Exposure came down a little bit, so did highlights. Shadows went up a little bit. Now in this case, you can also see, do I like the result? I'll give it a thumbs up. I'm going to go ahead and drop the exposure and I'm going to increase the contrast. And I'm going to create a little bit more mood there. And so I've done all that and I think that's looking pretty good. So before and after. And again, I'm going to come in and do the kind of things that I like to do to my photos. Maybe I'm going to use a little accent AI. Maybe what I want to do is play with these colors a little bit. So let's come into the hue and I want to create more of a fall look, which by the way, you get all my fall presets if you join my newsletter. That's on that link that I shared earlier, but that'll give you some of these presets that will allow you to come in and make adjustments to photos and make them look a bit more fall-like. So I'm just kind of playing around with this here, and I'm going to go into saturation and give that a little bit of a bump just for those colors. I'm just kind of playing, but now I want to go in and get Atmosphere AI because it's a fun tool and I love adding fog. And this photo already has a little bit of fog, as you can see. I'm going to let that get applied and then we'll go play with an adjustment to it. Okay, there's my fog. I love doing this, my friends. I love it, especially when you already have fog, like in this one. So before and after. Now, I haven't played with the depth. It defaults to 20, but let's say I want to pull it forward. Same kind of thing as before, especially if you look at these trees. That's where you can see the contrast better because it's darker, of course. So at depth of 0, it's all the way back, right? But as I start pulling it forward, you can see how it kind of creeps into that foreground, creates a bit more mood, and really creates a pretty interesting looking photo, I think. So the other thing I like to do is adjust the lightness. So you can add fog, but it's not completely white, right? So a little bit darker type fog, or I should say not as bright fog. It's probably a better way to say it. But if you look at the before and the after, I got a nice foggy and kind of moody look. Sometimes I'll come back and add a little mystical on top of that just to create a little bit more contrast and mood, and I just think that's super fun to do. And you can kind of see where I'm going with this. This is kind of like a spooky cabin in the woods kind of look, but before and after with mystical. And the overall before and after, before, green, pretty vibrant, after, a little bit moodier, definitely got a bit of a feel to it. And that's using the new Auto Adjust, plus a camera profile, various adjustments with color tools and things like that. But then also using the depth, the new depth adjustment algorithm, if you will, on the Atmosphere AI to adjust that fog and really kind of get it dialed in. And then some mystical on top. And honestly, you can pretty quickly have a huge impact on your photos. And that's one of the things I love about Luminar Neo is like they've democratized photo editing. You don't have to be a deep, super technical expert about this and that to get really nice results. I didn't do any masking here. If you notice that, I'm just playing around with some photos and I'm getting really nice results. It's one of the things I love about Luminar. So that is that. Now, I do want to point out the export adjustment, export menu adjustments. Export is still in the upper right corner. If you click that, you can see there's new export with previous, but you've also got some quick exports here, JPEG at 100% or 80% and TIFF at 16 or 18-bit. Let's say I want to go new export. It brings up the menu and you can see here in the format, I can export this as a DNG if I'd like to. So those are the updates there, and I think that's really helpful as well. And it's just the Luminar team continuing to listen to the feedback that they're getting. So anytime you're sending them feedback, know that they're listening. And if you have ideas for them and other feedback, keep sending it to them. They do listen and they incorporate things into the product and we get a new updated product. Speaking of updates, this is how you update. I should have done this in the beginning. Just go to Luminar Neo and then click check for updates and it'll tell you if you have the current version or not. You may notice, even though it's out today, that if you go click on it, it says it's not available or you have the current version. That's only because they tend to roll these out around the globe, and I don't know what the schedule is or what country happens when. So you can ask that, but I don't know the answer. But it's coming today at some point. If you don't have it when you check for updates right now, because you're probably doing that, then go check in 30 minutes or an hour, but it's coming. Anyway, it's a fun update. I think you'll like it quite a bit. And that's all I wanted to cover in this video, my friends. Some examples of what you can do with all the cool stuff that's in Luminar. Update on the new feature and how it works, and of course wanted to talk to you about my free ebooks that I offer and free presets. So check those out at the link below. I'll be back really soon with more videos, my friends. You guys take care. Thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you soon. Until then, adios.